Hello everybody, this is a how-to DIY softbox and stand. Alright, this is not a cardboard softbox. Before we start building, I'm gonna show you about it. Okay, for one thing, it's made out of this foam right here. And see, it's already got the full on one side. And this right here is, you can get it at the home store. And this right here is not the white styrofoam. This right here is a little better grade of foam. I've used that right there before doing other stuff. And I want to show you. There's a hard box. This ain't some little flimsy. Embarrassing thing. And I made it where it'll swivel. And I also got it where you can raise it up. And there it goes. This right here was holding it. See that little clamp right there? This right here is pretty nice, y'all. And I got my stand is triple wall. And it's got dirt in the bottom of it. I'm gonna be showing you stuff, and I'm gonna tell you some stuff that you might not be thought about when you're making this. Alright, have you noticed this? The cord, it ain't got a cord. It's got a cord. It's inside the PVC pipe. And I also want to stress this right here to you. The box probably just weighs just a few ounces. The box is just sitting, holding itself. It ain't holding, the box ain't holding the light. I've got the light on the stand. How about that right here? Man, this thing right here is pretty good now. I make all kind of stuff. Now this is the light that I use, and I ordered that light. I'm gonna show you that light. There was something special about that light, and I'm gonna show you about it later. But I wanna show you this part. See how I got my box balanced? I don't want it heavy in the front. I don't want it heavy in the back. I'm gonna show you that measurement. And also, I learned this right here from watching the video. There was a man, he showed a demonstration. He said that the light, he showed a picture, of two. But he said that, like, the light standing straight up shines better than a light pointing out toward the camera here. So, that made things a little bit harder. But actually, that's how I wanted it, the best I could get it. And it made it all work out good, because this thing would have been heavy if I would have put this right here on the back. Even though that weighs only a few ounces, it would have been heavy on that PVC. Here's my template here. You see it's 22 at the top. It's 6 at the bottom, and it's 16 tall. Now, see, I made one first because I wanted to make sure that I told you about the kinks. And here's one of the things that I didn't really think about. Well, let me back up. I did think about it, but I didn't think it was no big deal. This softbox here shows a very wide light. So, it's not no big deal. But you might want to think about, like, if you want your light focused or spread out, because you can change the measurements, Use your template on every one of them. Y'all, also, I didn't use regular spray paint. I'm gonna show you about that too. Look at me, done let it move. But you got to have 4 of these, and like I say, boy, keep in mind about the amount of light that you want to spread, because this thing, it spreads a big beam. But I use mine for drums is what I use it for. So I need a kind of big one anyway. I'm only going to cut one on camera. The ones that I made that oven with, I cut with a skill saw, and then I guess that's what I should do. I might cut the rest of them with a skill saw. Okay, actually, I had forgot. Whenever I made the first one, yeah, I told you I cut it out with a skill saw. I was cutting 2 out at the time, so I got my oven up under there, so when I cut this, and it's going to cut both of them. See, now here's all 4 of my pieces with the foil already on there. That's pretty nice right there, ain't it? Alright, I'm going to show you the best way I figured out how to do this. I'm going to put silicone down this right here. I'm actually going to do 2 or 3 different things to this, you know, because it needs to be where it'll hold, you know. And then it's going to be buttoned up. It's going to be buttoned up right here. So I'm going to put some here. I'm going to rub it in. Hey, you kind of keep your hands wiped up. You don't want to have silicone fingerprints all over your box, you know. Alright, I'm going to put this right here. And I want it to sit still for a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with the hot glue gun right here. Alright, see, that's sitting there. It's only been a few seconds. I'm going to stick a nail in here. I got a big nail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some silicone on it. Tell you what, might put some in my hole too. And I'm going to put this in the hole. Y'all know, when I done that other Softbox, this right here, it works good, but man, it works good. And then, and still, this ain't all I'm going to do. Alright, I put a few more in it. And, see this time, man, this light as a feather, man. It don't take much to hold it, you know? I mean, I don't reckon the youngins are going to be throwing it around the living room or nothing. But, I'm going to go ahead and do all the sides, just like this right here, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do that's going to make it, going to be the final touch on holding it. And see, I got all 4 of my sides on. When you go to put your last piece on, I'm going to just give you a tip about that. Stand your box up like this and put your piece down here on the bottom. It's worked the best. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry some. But I'm going to put silicone down this right here. On all 4 edges. See, this silicone is clear. Light will shine through that silicone. And you ain't got to, but it is probably best if you like give it a couple of hours before you move to the next step. And I was going to tell y'all something else too. Y'all, I've got that hot glue and all that. But I don't know if it's as good as this silicone, you know. I mean, I ain't never messed with the hot glue much. It's liable to be just as good. I know a lot of y'all's got that. But anyway, I'm gonna let that sit a little while. Take the stand. What I got here is 3/4 inch of PVC pipe, and this right here is the kind of glue that you use if you're gonna use it. You know, you can just use silicone if you want to. But I already had this, and I'm gonna glue 4 caps on. The reason I done that, I didn't know, it didn't feel like it slipped on all the way, but I think it did. See this 5-way here? This particular glue that I got here, it don't set up real fast. Some of it are set up like you don't even hardly have time to work with it. Hey, I'm making a mess, ain't I? I'm trying to do it fast, you know, so the video ain't boring, you know what I mean? Alright, that's got that. I was in there watching the video. I said, man, I forgot to put the sand in it. And I'm going back and doing that now. Cause, you know, the center has got to be open. I went in there and I refilled this back. I refilled this back up with dirt. And I'm going to do all of them. What you want to do is put your end caps on it and set it up and fill it up with sand and then block it off, because like I say, the center right here got to be open. But you want the heaviness of the sand for stability. I got the sand in there. It's good and heavy now. I kept walking over there filling them up one at a time. But y'all, I would have took this thing back apart if I'd have had to. You want your bottom good and heavy. Now the way this is the reason that I'm having to put the cord through the center. I didn't necessarily want to put the cord through the center, but I think it's, you know, an improvement. All right, I want to show you this right here. This is my main beam right here, and this is 3/4 inch thin wall. Now you got to make sure you get thin wall, and this 1/2 inch PVC fits inside of this. You know, I told you it's triple wall, and see, you can also do your feet the same way if you want to. All right, you see me cutting this over there on the saw? This is I ain't sure what it is. You know, it's hot water pipe, but I think it might be 1/2 inch too. You know, they different sizes. But see, this slips inside of here, but it's got to have that notch cut out of there, or it won't fit in there. So see how this is how it is. Now, I made this one a little shorter than the other. Whenever I stuck it down in the base, that other, I didn't glue it because I wasn't sure if that height was going to be what I wanted. But I do want to tell you this right here. Put it about where you think you'll be using it all the time instead of telescoping. Alright, you see I went ahead and put my bottom on there. And this was square. I got 4 of them nails in it. And it's silicone on it. And then I just took my knife and like made it the shape of the, cut it the angle of the box. Okay, here's where I'm going to put my hole. I've done centered it up this way. And if I make it like the one I made a while ago, or the other day, this is 6.5 inches to the bottom of it. See what I mean? I want you to look. Alright. Now, see this piece of metal right here? The other one's got one too. You see, I cut a round circle and then I notched this because it ain't just sitting in there like this. This is sitting at an angle. So I want this flexible. Now, you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. But like, I'm showing you how to do it, and you can take a shortcut if you want to. But I got to show you right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to epoxy this right here down. Alright, I laid my piece of metal on there, and you see I marked it out with a marker where I know where to glue it. Like I say, y'all, I don't, you know, I don't really think it needs this. And that's why I made one first. So I wouldn't look like a fool standing up here trying to tell you something. But anyway, I tell you this right here. It sure won't hurt. Okay, here's my light. And let me tell you what's special about this light. You know, this is the one that I showed you earlier with that silver dome. I was looking up inside this light. I was trying to figure out how to mount it. And I seen, man, it had some threads in there. So I got me a little pipe and screwed it up in there. And then after I screwed, I epoxied it and screwed it in there. And then I come back and put this little ring around it and then filled that in with epoxy. So see, this right here, and this right here is what slides inside of this. And see what I was talking about the softbox ain't holding the light. This right here is holding the light. And then the softbox is, you know, like I say, man, it only weighs just a few ounces. But I'm going to show you how to put this in there where you ain't even guessing. Like where you know you got it straight, you know, because that's important for it to look good, you know. All right, I'm going to show you this. It's done got dark outside. And y'all, this ain't take that long, but like that waiting on that glue to set up and all that, that's what that's all about. I got this sitting on the kitchen table, and you lay it face down. There's my light right there. I'm using it right now because you can't film in this house, man. That's why I'm making this. And I took a frame of square and put it on here and made sure I got this straight this way, back and forth. And then I took this level right here and I made sure that I got it straight this way. So see, I know I got this light right. And all I done is just pushed it down in the box like the same way as I done this one right here. And son, when you put this epoxy on there, you better have it where you want it, because that's where it's gonna be. Hey y'all, I thought all about this, you know how to do this. And I ain't no beginner. I got 5 channels. And you know the problem I see with people about making videos, you know what I think, you know, just my opinion, is some of them so smart, like just for example, I got a video about how to make a subwoofer box. And I show you how to do it with just plain tools. But I mean, I could get out there and do it with all my tools. And, you know, you wouldn't have none of them tools. You know, make everything on 45s and all that. And that's what them smart people don't understand. You know, and they ain't doing it on purpose. They just don't realize that they are making a good video. But it's kind of worthless to you because you ain't got all them tools. Now, I'm going to let this right here set up, and it won't take long. This epoxy right here, it won't take long. I'm going to let it set up, and I ain't going to do nothing to it until this right here gets hard. And I want you to take notice, I ain't put nothing together. I ain't got the feet on it. I ain't done nothing. I want to get that light right there glued good first before I go to doing anything else. While I'm waiting on that glue to dry, I want to show you my green screen. See, I've been doing this stuff a while, y'all. And see these stands that I made? See these stands I made for this? They made different. The bottoms made different because I wanted them lights is kind of heavy, and I wanted that light to set right in the center. I'm gonna send a link to a channel. That's my channel. That's got a bunch of this green stuff, green screen stuff on there. See how dark them drums is? And that's what I'm fixing. Now, the light on me is okay, but I need to light up my drum set. I can't do this at night. I have to do it in the daytime, like the way it is, you know. Now, see how that glue spread out, that epoxy spread out over that. That's why I was saying I didn't think you needed that plate, because when that epoxy right there, when it dries, it'll be a plate. I want to show you how I got this. See this board right here I got on the kitchen counter? That's what I got it sitting on, and I got the sugar dish back there holding it. And I'm gonna take this toilet paper right here and put it down in the light. Man, if you drop epoxy in that light, that'll be a mistake. You'll be laying in the bed thinking about, because you got to start all over. You know what I was trying to say a while ago about the people making the videos? You know, they don't understand. Said, man, why come my video ain't doing that good? They don't understand. They say, I know it's a good video. And it is, man. It is a good video. But you got to make it for everybody. You just can't make it for the pros. And that's kind of the difference between me and some of them, you know. I mean, most of them like me. You know, they doing it for the normal person. And, you know, I cut the cord off of this, and I cut the cord off this one right here 2 or 3 days ago because I was fixing it up. But you want to make sure that you got that light switched to on, because, you know, you can't change it. When you put it in there, the light switch and all is glued. You can't change it. And all I'm doing right here is I'm kind of spreading it out, you know. I'm making a plate, just like that plate I was telling you that I didn't know if we needed. I'm making a plate. Now, when this part right here gets done, it'll be there, man. And see, you want to push it up on your light too. You don't want it just all around the bottom. You want to push it up on your light. And you'll be able to grab this thing by that little metal handle that I showed you on there. When this right here gets done, it ready for business then. See, I done a kind of sloppy job, but I want it spread out. I want it where it'll hold. Y'all see my diffuser? Now this right here comes from the big store, starts with the W, that we always complaining about. But my wife went out there and found this. I told her what I needed, and I told her, you know, 22 inches. And that's exactly what she got. She got it cut like that. But I meant for it don't get no less than 22. But that's it right there. Now this is the last thing I'm going to do to make it strong. I ain't going to show you all of it. I'm going to just show you one side. This is what it is right here. I'm going to put some of this on it. And to hold both sides. I mean, man, hey y'all, this thing right here is good now. It's good. Alright, I'm gonna get my fingers in it. How about that? I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I got to put my fingers in it. This stuff right here will cure hard as a rock. And then see, also gonna put it up here. Also, I'm going to put a link in my comments that's going to take you to my green screen channel. I'm hoping my subscribers will get this video going for me. They usually come out the woodwork and help me out. See, this right here, man, this gonna be one heck of a softbox. It's the next day. I let it sit overnight. I done sprayed one coat of regular spray paint on there. Look at this. Look how good this is, y'all. Look at that. Don't try that with cardboard softbox. Alright, I want to show you this. You see this? This is bed liner. Stuff spray up for a bed liner. And what you want to do is spray your one coat like a regular spray paint. And then once you get one coat on there, and I already got one coat of this, then you back your spray can up, and this splats on, and it hides stuff, and that's why the oven looks so good as what it does. And don't forget, I'm going to put a link in the comment that's going to go to that channel with all the green screen stuff on there. Man, that's a pretty good channel. But you kind of got to be into that kind of thing to care anything about it, you know. I want to show this to you. These is the bulbs. You see how big they are. This is 5500K, and they 110 watts. So that's one of the bulbs. Alright, you see I got my cord through the center. And, naturally I had to cut the cord off. But I wanted to add a 20-foot drop cord to this light. Okay. And I need to show you this. See how I got this notched out for the cord? This is the bottom of the stand. I got it notched out where the cord can lay right here. And I want to show you this right here. This is my pipe right here, and see how I got it notched 4 times, and you tighten this clamp up and it'll squeeze down on that, and that's the telescopic part. And this right here, I left this like this so you can see it. As long as you hadn't got that glued, you can always come back and make it longer or shorter. Might want to just take that and try it and make sure that you like it. But I mean, it might be fine just like that. But anyway, you can always shorten it, but you can't make it longer unless you take it all apart. And I made this one shorter than the other one, and I'm gonna undo the wire off the other one and make them both the same height. And I'm gonna take you inside and show you the drum set with both lights hooked up. I want to show you this. Remember that trim I had around the other one? This right here is what it was. I was in that home store, and I walked by it and I said, man, that looks like that'd be good trimming out. And I think it does make it look a little bit better, but okay, here's my lights. I got them set up in the living room. I want to show you something I forgot to show you the other day. Lighting is everything. Messing with a green screen or photography. But look how bright them drums are now, and I got the curtains closed. But I showed you these 2 lights. Look at that light right up there. Boys, I throwed a bunch of money away on lights, LEDs and all that. And I finally realized I had to quit messing around and buy some good lights. And man, that's everything. I aim my lights a little bit better. And my lights that I got back there, my fluorescent lights, they them 5500K too, daylight. And I hadn't got them pushed up to the screen like where I normally do whenever I shoot. But y'all, this right here, this is it. Look in the comments for the link. Make sure you come to my other channel with all the green screen stuff. Man, I know a lot, but I'm waiting for that channel to get built up some before I go to throwing stuff on there.